Hello again, it's Kristen, and it's craft time. So, we have a very interesting lesson that we're focusing on today. In our Advent series of Nativity Noteworthies, we're covering some of these interesting, some lesser known characters. And today's is a bit unusual because we're looking at the bad guy. I mean, a lot of kids like the bad guy, but we're looking specifically at why and how we should not be like the bad guy. So we're talking about King Herod and how he was a selfish, bad man. And he missed out on the true king because he was so selfish. And we don't want to be like that. We want to recognize and to celebrate that Jesus is the real king. So we have two crafts today that have to do with celebration and with who the real king is. The first one is very simple. We're going to make a crown because Jesus is the real king. Now, I just happened to go down to my local unnamed store that has some fast food and also happens to have, you want to be the king too? Okay. And also happens to have some crowns. And I'll tell you, they are usually very generous in giving these out. However, you don't have to have these special cardboard unnamed fast food place crowns. You can make your own very simply. All it takes is a nice long piece of paper, or preferably something kind of thicker, and you just can trace a pattern like a crown shape and cut it out and measure it to a kid's head. That's very, very simple. But these are very handy because they have the little pre-measured slits, and all you have to do is flip them over backwards and you can decorate them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our crown shaped piece of cardboard, and you can use some markers. If you feel adventurous, you can use some glitter. If you have some little fake gemstones, sometimes those are fun to add. Stickers are always great, especially if they say Jesus. Or if they have fun stars on them, because this can also come in handy for talking about the Magi and the Epiphany. That's a fun story as well, which we'll cover later. But you're basically just going to let the kids go to town with their decoration. So they can use their markers. They can write something like, Jesus is the real king, or we crown Jesus, or worship the king, or whatever you'd like to put. And then, of course, they can have fun adding on their stickers or their other little elements. And if you have small children and you're using the paper, then you want to kind of measure it to where their head fits and then put a little staple or a piece of tape or something so it fits their head. If you have the handy dandy cardboard slits, it's even easier because you can just measure where it fits. And then, voila, you have your lovely crown, as elaborately or as simply decorated as you prefer. That is entirely up to you. So, simple craft, simple crown. The next thing we're going to make is a musical instrument of sorts. It's a tambourine. And what kid doesn't love to make some noise? So for this, what you're going to need is some paper plates. And these could be the foam kind or the paper kind. Doesn't really make a big difference. This seems to work best, but totally up to you. And again, some decorating implements such as markers, stickers. You can get extra fun. You can have some pipe cleaners. And also, it's really fun to use streamers. So let me show you what you're going to do here. Two more things you need. A stapler to put it together. You can use glue or tape. I really recommend the stapler on this one. And then you need some sort of a dry noise-making thing. It can be noodles, it can be rice, it can be beans, dried beans, it can be dried beads, it can be dried seeds, it can be a whole host variety of things. Just something that when you rattle it is going to make some noise. So what you're going to do is first allow the kids to decorate their plate. They can write their name. They can, again, write Jesus is the king, celebrate, hip hooray, make a joyful noise. You can add a verse caption if you have one of those, stick it on there. So have fun, let them decorate it. Do the decoration part first. And then you are going to add, if you want to do streamers, you can just cut or tear the streamers however you like. And then same thing with the pipe cleaners. If you want to get extra creative and you want to maybe like twirl these and make them stand out like little antennas on your plate. You can wrap them around a pencil or a pen. And then you have a fun little boingy boingy thing that you can stick in there. That's kind of fun. So you can stick that in, and then you want to kind of drape. The easiest way to do it really is to drape your crepe across so that it's sticking out on the edges. And then you are going to add your noise making implement. So you have your fantastic little plate here, and you have your crepes or your pipe cleaners, or you don't have to do those, it's just an extra embellishment. Then you're going to put some of your dried stuff. It really doesn't take a lot, so long as you can hear some noise rattling around. It doesn't take much. Now, after you've got that on the plate, and with younger kids, you're really going to want to supervise this carefully so they don't fling it all over the everywhere. Trust me, I've had it happen. Then you're going to take their other plate, and you're going to place it on top, kind of like a little clamshell here. Then you're going to take your handy dandy stapler, and you're just going to staple all around this. And you may even want some extra reinforcing tape too, because if you have real small things like rice or corn kernels, they can escape if there's a hole. So you want to make sure that you get it nice and securely fastened in there. If the kids are old enough, they can help with this process. They like it a lot. Or you can just have them put their hand on top of yours and pretend like they're doing it. That's fun too. And if you want to even add like a little handle or another piece of string or something fun that you can hang it or make it into a necklace, go to town. Or if you want to put like a little popsicle stick in there so they can hold it and shake it, that's fine too. But in the end, what you wind up with is your lovely little tambourine maraca thing. And again, you can write whatever you want to write, but then they shake it, they can smack it, they can rattle it around, do whatever you want to do. And they have their fun noise-making celebration instrument. Woohoo! So, there's a couple of fun things to celebrate that Jesus is the King, and that he has come, and that he's alive with us today. We'll have more fun Advent crafts on the way. Have a great week. Go make some crafts and make some disciples. See you next time.